All right, welcome to our What Coaching is All About webinar. It's been a while since I've done this presentation and I went back through my slides and it's one of my favorite things to do. So for anyone that's watching this later, today's March 30th and obviously there's a lot happening in the world right now. And I just feel so blessed and so excited to share the coaching opportunity with people because I've been a coach for almost 7 years now. And it's changed my life in a lot of different ways. It's changed my life in a financial aspect. It's changed my life in a mental aspect. I've grown so much personally in between the ears, as they say. My heart has grown so much. I'm 34 years old now. So when I started this, I definitely was a lot younger. And because of coaching, I just feel like my entire perspective about life is different. I really cherish my health, my wellness, my daily routines. I love the community that I'm a part of. And most importantly, on March 30th, 2020, and the madness that's all happening, I'm just so grateful that all of this can be done online and I can help make a difference in people's lives. And that's all fine and dandy and great for me because I've been doing this for so long. But when I woke up this morning and I said, hey, I'm going to do this, I planned this webinar last minute today. I just feel like I see a gift in other people before they see it for themselves. I always know when someone has so much potential to inspire other people. And right now, there's just such a call for leadership. There's a need for inspiration. There's a need for hope. And one of my favorite coaches in this business once said that coaches are like hope lenders. And so as we're all consuming social media and trying to find our way through this, it's going to definitely impact the way we think about life and our future. There's going to be this new normal that we adapt to. And if I can help people connect the dots of how to take care of themselves, how to live a positive lifestyle by focusing on movement, nutrition, and being a part of this community, I'm going to be hell-bent on sharing that. So I do have a presentation. I'll share my screen in a moment with you. And the only bad thing about a presentation like this is it's almost impossible for me to show you my entire team of the hundreds of coaches that show up every day on the virtual workouts with us, that connect in my team page, that go to these events when we travel. It's really hard to have you understand how impactful this opportunity is. And so I love to talk, I love to share. So just to keep it as concise as I can, I'm going to insert a lot of my story because it all did start with me 7 years ago. And hopefully I can continue to share like my team's journey and my team story with you too. So I'm a presentation person. Anytime I've been to seminars or anytime I hear someone speak, I love to hear from them, but I also like to, read the slides as they go. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And for anyone at any moment, if you guys have questions that are on live, you can use the chat box, and I love questions. So really today, my goal is to share behind the scenes into coaching and how all this works. So just a little bit about me. I'm 34. I am married to my husband, Sean, and I have one son named Nixon. He's 2. I've been a coach, I'm rounding up a couple months, but 6.5 years I've been a coach. I actually was introduced to Beachbody when we used DVDs way before Beachbody On Demand. Like I feel ancient saying that, oh my God, it's so crazy. We used to put in the DVD, wait for it to load. And I had like 15 DVDs for one program. It's just really crazy how much has changed. We have completely different products. There's just so much that has evolved in the world of Team Beachbody. And I really feel like it's just the beginning. But for me personally, I didn't have a background in fitness or online business or entrepreneurship at all. I actually came from the corporate world and I got laid off. So it's really weird for me that in this day and age of what we're going through, March 30th, 2020, my husband currently is laid off, so I've been through these emotions before. My story is so expansive, but I want to make sure that I just kind of hit the key points for you. I actually came from Boston, Massachusetts. 10 years ago, I moved from Boston, Massachusetts to Lake Tahoe, California, and I did that by myself. And I just feel like I've been through these really big life, like down to my core, life-altering events that have changed me and shaped me and have required me to dig in a little deep with my drive and discipline to change my life. So when I moved across country, from Boston to the mountains of Lake Tahoe, it was a massive change. I mean, the people were different. My job was different. I lost my job. I mean, I've hit the rock bottom. I've rised up from then. My husband's been through cancer. I've done a home birth. Like, just craziness has happened in my life in this short period of time. So when I see people going through these hardships right now, I just feel this calling that I have to help people however I can. I'm someone who craves adventure. I love being a free bird and being able to just, travel and go about my own day as my own boss. That's something I've always craved. I love change. Like, I'll change my hair color. I can't do anything that's inside the box because change is what I crave. I know I'm rare in that sense, but I think that's a gift that I have when it comes to sharing coaching with people as they experience a change. Like, whether you're wanting to do coaching full time or totally dip your toes in or to do it part time, I love helping people navigate that change because I've been through a lot of change. So I've been able to create a team of hundreds that are all on the same mission as me to live our best life. My team motto is living life together, bigger and better. That's my motto. So what you're going to learn today is, how I personally got started. I already kind of shared a little bit about that. I'll share briefly how I was introduced to coaching, but I'm also going to share with you today down to the details of how this has transformed my life. And I capitalize the word transform because it's not just the abs. It's not just, oh, I earn an income. It's just, I'm a different person because of the exposure and the experiences I've had with this coaching opportunity. And if you follow me on social media, you'll know that I mean everything I say, and I don't have an ounce of inauthentic blood in my body. I have to truly, fully be me. So everything that you hear today is what you see. It carries over into my posts and social media every single day. And hopefully, if we meet in person one day, this is the Colleen that you will get to. So I'm also going to cover what a coach does every day, what the idea of our job is. I'll cover some top misconceptions and what to expect as a new coach as you'll be getting started if you decide to join us. I'll be talking about our team and this amazing virtual community. And we'll talk about how we earn and the perks that come along with being a coach. So the beginning of my story and how I got started was, like I told you, when I lost my corporate career job due to layoffs. I made that decision. It was one of those moments where I drew a line in the sand. I walked out of the building, which, by the way, my layoff was a complete surprise. I worked for Verizon Wireless, which back in 2006 when I started, this is when smartphones came out. It was a huge deal that I had this big girl job, as I call it, quote unquote, if you see me on video. And I never in a million years thought that Verizon Wireless would be laying me off and downsizing. Never in a million years. So when I walked into work one day and was handed a white envelope and they told me that I lost my job, it was like a train hit me. And I was angry. I felt taken advantage of because I bent over backwards for that job. And you hear these stories about people getting laid off and you can't really think about how it would feel until it happens to you. And I know it's probably happening to some people right now with this crazy pandemic going on. So it's ironic that I've already been through that in my life, but all I remember is going to my car, I was hitting my steering wheel, I was angry, and then I called my dad and he said, Colleen, I think it was a blessing in disguise because I was actually miserable at that job. I had a terrible boss. That job made me feel so small and I felt like I was being suffocated because I feel like I have a lot of potential inside of me, but I just had to go to work and put my head down and collect that paycheck. And I never even had the chance to think about anything else until I got laid off. So that was my drawing a line in the sand moment where I said, I don't want to go back to that toxic environment. And that might not be the case for you, but my back was up against the wall. I had $20,000 in credit card debt because, let me just make sure that everyone's muted. Otherwise I get distracted. Sorry. Okay, cool. I was in credit card debt because I actually was partying a lot. That picture of me on the left there was at a music festival. I still love music festivals. I still go to them, but I have a different experience at them now. I'm not hungover. I actually quit drinking back in October of this past year. I was just, as you can see, just not my highest, most vibrant self that you see now. Really a different person. So I started to think smart. I was 26 going on 27. I turned 27 2 months after starting to coach. And I just think back to the moment where I was like, what am I going to do? This is not how I want to live my life. I wasn't happy with who I was. I was pretty broke, to be honest, but somehow found the money to go to music festivals. Like, just priorities were all messed up, you know? And so I started to think, who has the job that I want and how do I get it? And that's when I thought of my coach, Elizabeth Harkey, who I went to high school with. And like a lot of the coaches that you watch on social media, she was showing up and sharing how her life was changing and what coaching was doing for her and what the programs were doing. And she lost 40 pounds. And I didn't need to lose a lot of weight, but I had a lot of health that I needed to gain. So I reached out to her, and I did join her in June of 2013. And I remember joining and being like, okay, what do I want in my life? And that's really when I started to come up with my mission and my vision of my life. And it was the first time I ever actually started to dream a little bit. I wanted to be home with my kid. I knew I wanted to travel and adventure, but I also wanted to make a difference. I wanted to be able to use my voice and my passion and my energy to help other people come out of the dark time that I had just been in, because it was dark and awful and terrible. And it was really lonely. And so I think that I've become very introverted the more I've become a mom. And sometimes you're just like, I want peace and quiet right now. But I'm very extroverted in the sense that I believe in what I have to offer, and I will do everything I can to pay this forward to other people. So I did have 3 part-time jobs when I started coaching, just so you know. I worked at a nightclub I did VIP bottle service for about 2.5 years when I started coaching. On the weekends, I worked till 4 a.m., which was ironic because it was kind of opposite of the life that I was trying to create with my health and fitness business, but homegirl's got to pay bills. So I managed a tanning salon, and I also did graphic design on the side too. So if you're like, oh, well, I already have a job, maybe you don't have a job right now, really any situation can fit. You just have to choose and make a little bit of time in your day to start to fit in this lifestyle. And it's such a positive lifestyle. So I went all in. I changed all my habits, to be honest. I was the person who was like, okay, Colleen, you are kind of a mess right now. So you're going to have to look up to the successful people and start adopting their habits, their mindsets, their daily disciplines. And so the thing I did really well in the beginning is I was super committed to the workouts because, I mean, back then I saw Beachbody as, oh, P90X, insanity. Everybody knows that P90X and insanity works. So all I have to do is show up and share with people that this does work. And that's kind of the mindset I had as a new coach. So I got so excited that I started to just talk about it on my social media. I invited people to join me, and I started helping people right away. I had no fear about people joining me. I wasn't afraid to invite people to join our amazing virtual wellness studio because I knew how much it had impacted my life. So coaching has transformed my life in all the ways that I dreamed of. The mental growth that I knew I needed to have. I feel like 27, 28 was a big maturity part of my life. I have no idea how old you guys are, but I just remember 27, 28 being like, okay, I feel like I want to grow up a little bit more right now because I do love to adventure. I love to have a good time, but that was just such a prime age for me personally to be like, where do you want to take this ship? And emotionally, oh God, especially since becoming a mom, like my heart has just been cracked wide open, and there's just always so much to learn. And had I have stayed in a corporate world, for me, they just put me in a box. And I felt like I wasn't allowed to live outside that box at all. This just gave me so much room for growth, and actually it demanded growth of me. And I kind of like that a little bit. So, most people are afraid to think about becoming an entrepreneur. They're afraid to start their own business from scratch. But for me, this was my chance to put all my effort into becoming my best self. I've done a ton of personal development and seminars and hired professional coaches to help me morph into the person that I have over the years. And this last 6 months, I won't get into it, but it was crazy. Cracked my head open. My husband shattered his hand. My son was in the ER. I threw out my back, needed physical therapy. Like, it was just a mess. And I'm just so thankful that I had some skills and some habits that I've learned about how to feel like I have some control over my life. And a lot of that has to do with, okay, what can I focus on for myself today? And I love that, at least in my eyes, I love that Beachbody isn't necessarily just selling a program or a product. I'm truly helping people experience the journey to become their best selves. I just think that's the coolest thing ever. So it was a no-brainer for me. It just so happened to also be a business opportunity that has forever changed my life. So you're going to work out, you're going to feel awesome, you're going to experience what our team has experienced, and then you also can create a business at the end of the day. I'm a businesswoman at heart. As much as I love talking about all the feel-good stuff, I really do love the CEO mentality. You know, right now, there is not a person in the world that is going to go start a business from scratch, a brick and mortar. Right now in 2020, it's just not going to happen at this current moment. Maybe in the future, I don't know. I just feel like right now, I feel so much confidence in recommending creating an online business to people because we need the help, we need the positivity, we need role models, and this platform and the fundamentals and the blueprint to success is already created for you. So in terms of what a coach does, I like to think of our job as being a health and fitness influencer. I know some people don't like the word influencer because they think of like Kim Kardashian, which I actually think she's kind of cool. I like the work that she's doing now, maybe not the old Kim Kardashian, but think of yourself as someone who's taking control of their life, making some really big, powerful, brave, and bold changes and getting better results in their life. Because I can tell you right now that I know and I can see the people who are going to crumble through this crisis, and they have no footing to climb this hill that we're climbing right now as a society. And I, again, feel like this is where I get to help people dig in and actually see some progress rather than going backwards in their life. So when you commit to your own health and fitness journey, then you just have to think of this as you're going to promote what you love. If Target called you, because we all love Target, and was like, hey, I see you, uploading on social media your new Target purchases. Look at my new cute bathing suit or my new dress, my new kids' clothes, whatever you're spending your money on at Target. Think of it this way. Target calls you and they're like, hey, we would love for you to go to Target every day when it reopens and go into the fitting rooms or, take pictures of the things that you love and attach an affiliate link. And when someone purchases it, you'll get paid because of that. Now, the thing I love is that we create relationships with people as we promote what we love. But just think of it that way. You're an influencer sharing what you love and connecting people with the solution that's going to work for them. So fall in love with what we do. It's the only way this will work. If you want to dip your toe in, I get it, but you really kind of have to just fully immerse yourself in what we have to offer. And so as coaches, we have 4 vital behaviors. The first thing that you have to do to be successful with growing a business and helping others is, of course, be proof the products work. I'm pretty sure that kind of speaks for itself. But secondly, we do personal development. Maybe you're a little unsure, lacking a little confidence in putting yourself out there, or not sure, even how social media works. That's why we do personal development, to help you strengthen the areas where you're maybe feeling a little bit weak and a little uncertain. And so personal development is that glue that's going to help you learn the skills, the mindsets, and that you need to be successful. And also what's really cool, that what starts to happen is as you become healthier and happier and more vibrant, it's like it bleeds out into the rest of your life, your relationships, your family life, your other job. I mean, it's mind-blowing. I feel so confident in my ability to get through this crisis because I've done so much personal development. And so, some people just choose to sit there and not make any changes or not take ownership of learning new skills to cope with the craziness that's happening. I'm on the other side of the coin where I'm like, no, we have to take ownership to learn these new skills and mindsets of what we can do with our day. Because right now it kind of feels like everyone's day has just like self-imploded. And so this is where we get to sink our teeth in and learn ways to make it just feels better. When I lay my head on my pillow at night, I've done my workout, I've drank my shakes, I've connected with my team, I've shared my story, I've helped my clients get results, and I just feel good about my day. I just think it's a blessing. So another vital behavior is that we do connect with people and we invite them to join us. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't make it feel all crazy. I really just feel like if you're confident in sharing your journey, people will be magnetized to you. Number 4 is our job is to help other people get results. So if you're in my virtual wellness studio, some of our team calls it a virtual health club. That's the magic, or that's where the magic happens, and helping other people get results. Right now, we need that connection, and I've been inviting people like crazy to come in there because that might be the only positive thing that's happening in their day, and I just feel honored to offer that to them. So social media, people often ask, like, do I have to post on social media? I'm gonna say yes. If you really want to be a coach and you want to be an influencer and you want to make a difference in this world, use the platform that is free to you and use your voice, use your gifts, and make a difference in people's lives. Hiding on social media, I mean, we have the choice to scroll on social media every day or to actually make a difference on it. You can either consume it or control it. So I just believe it's really important that you document and share your journey as if it's your job. And this is going to help build trust, and it's proof of concept. It's, hey, this is what I'm doing. Look how it's helping me change my life. And then at the end of the day, like I said, I lay my head on my pillow and did I make a difference today? Did I pay this forward in some way? Whether it's helping someone get started with Shakeology or someone joining my team. So it's our mission and job to help other people start and succeed on their own journey. So you commit to your journey first, but then we have to put that CEO hat on and say, how can I help other people do this too? So the top misconceptions. I actually have this weird beef with perfection. I am someone who, if something is going too well in my life and it's too easy and too perfect, I'm like, I actually don't know how to let things just naturally happen. Like if my day was the same Groundhog Day every day, I'd be like, no, I can't do it. I can't. It's too perfect. Like I just want to be dedicated. So don't think you have to be perfect. I don't know what my beef is with perfection, but it's never about perfection in this business because that's not realistic. If you're going to the Instagram pages where everything looks easy and perfect, like I personally wouldn't follow that person because that's not real and they're probably miserable trying to maintain that image. So I want you just to be dedicated. So what happened when I got pregnant and I couldn't work out as a Beachbody coach when I was 28 weeks pregnant? I had to stop working out. I was dedicated to my mindset and my nutrition. What happened when I cracked my head open this fall and I couldn't work out or threw out my back? I'm dedicated to teaching people how to live a positive lifestyle. So it's really not about being perfect in any way, shape, or form. I really just want to hammer that home because if that's your fear, thinking you have to be this big, perfect thing up on a pedestal, I want you to know that people actually relate to the realness and the mistakes and the honesty and the vulnerability. They're going to be like, that's my girl, because that's how I feel right now. So a coach is usually not a fitness professional or a nutrition professional. I have some friends who have been personal trainers or they have a nutrition background. I'm not saying you can't be, but typically 99% of our coach community is not a professional in any way. A coach is usually not someone who knows business. Like I said, I didn't have any business background. I had a corporate job before this. They are usually not ever at their goal body. I have a coach right now who's considering joining, and she wants the before and after before she starts coaching. People joined me early on, and I was successful in my first 3 months as being a coach because I shared day 0 to 10 weeks. I showed up every day from day 0 to 10 weeks. That's relatable. That's what people want. They don't want your before and after. They want to see the blood, sweat, and tears that went into it because it's real. Okay, so a coach is usually not someone who knows how to do it all, and a coach is usually not someone who has a lot of time. I've never met someone that came to me and was like, hey, I have all this time. I think I want to dive in. Granted, right now, some of us might have extra time, and that sometimes is even more hard because we're used to having all these jobs and all these things to do, and right now we're navigating, what do I do with all this time? So typically, time is a misconception, but we're going to talk a little bit about like what you focus on to better manage your time. So coaching is not a scam. It's real products, real people, real results. I don't get the scam thing like from people because I've been doing this for 7 years, and it would be really freaking hard to make up stuff for 7 years. Like my income, my life, everything. Like I wouldn't even physically or mentally be able to imagine how someone could fake something that long. And we have to abide by the FTC rules. So there's for network marketing and multi-level marketing companies. It's not illegal. There's actually an entire industry that's dedicated to mandating specific things. Coaching is not about stocking your garage up. Like, guys, you can start coaching for like $150. And you're only paying for your products. You're paying for the workouts and whatever product you want to get started with, and that's it. We're not asking you to pay a sign-up fee. We're not asking you to drop $1,000 and stock your garage and start selling all this stuff. We need you to commit to your journey, get invested in our products and our company and yourself, and share with people how this works. It's not a get-rich-quick thing. It's a little scary sometimes for me to share my income, which I do in a little bit with people, because I also don't think that people realize the potential. But I often fear that my income progression and story will come off as unattainable, but I really slaved so hard in the first 2 years of my business because I had massive goals, and my coach paved the way for me, and I wanted this to be a career. I believed in this thing like you wouldn't even imagine, and so I did go all in. And so the income results can vary, and I'm actually going to show you some of my of the other coaches on my team. I'll share their income progressions too, because you're going to see it all varies. Okay. Coaching is not an employee style job where you clock in and get paid. So you do need to understand that, you're building up your clientele, you're building up your business, and it takes time. So coaching is also not something you can just sit on. It's not just like, oh, I signed up, I'm a coach now. Like, you really have to treat this like a job every day, depending on what your goals are. So what if you fail? I don't know what I'm doing. I think that if I can help you understand that failing in this business is almost impossible. If you sign up and do nothing, well, you're not failing, but you're also not trying, right? But if you are committed and dedicated to learning this business and showing people that grit and that consistency that you have, I really don't believe that you can fail. Now, failing, like I said, you could have a little success in this business, maybe a little bit less than you want to see, but I don't call you, and the CEO doesn't call you and say, hey, you're failing. It's not like a mid-year review, like a regular job. You're your own independent Team Beachbody coach. It is your business to fully own. I am here to support you. Your coach is here to support you. Failing really is just like, the only time I can think of failing is if someone signs up and they quit and they didn't try. Like, that's really the only thing about failing. You might not be the best at it at first, but one of my favorite business mentors said, this type of business is really about being willing to be seen small at first. Like, hey, I'm new, I'm starting this thing, kind of learning as I go. That's going to make it relatable for other people that might want to consider joining you, rather than thinking like you have to know it all and be this big wig when you first start, okay? Let people see that growth happen. That inspires people. So we have a daily business checklist. This shows you exactly what to do. This sometimes intimidates people depending on your learning style, but I just know that when I started back in the day, we did not really have this type of business activity tracker. Ours was just like, looks like an Excel spreadsheet. It was really boring. It didn't motivate me at all. But I just know that if I can help a new coach understand that we have done the legwork for you to figure out what works. If you do want to be successful and you want to show up and do the work, this is where we spend our time with our daily activities. And so I talked about the 4 vital behaviors. You'll see them on this business tracker that we give you. And it shows you how to show up and where to apply yourself. And this team has so many amazing leaders. We have amazing trainings. We have amazing calls. And so we're here to help you. We've navigated the way for you. We just need you to kind of show up and learn it as you go with us. This isn't a learn it all and then do business. You more learn as you go. So it's broken down into 2 hours of work, including your workout. Oh, there's a typo here. Include. Dang, there we go. Sorry, that bothered me. So you don't have to guess what you're going to do. Like, let's say you sign up right after this call. Your coach is going to walk you through a getting started right process, and we're going to tell you exactly what you need to focus on. So I personally send a welcome email with next steps. Beachbody will also send you a welcome email. I give my team and my new coaches, that's also available to you, a new coach handbook. Again, almost 7 years in, I put 16 pages together of what I think makes a successful coach business over the long term. And if you follow the blueprint and learn with me, just like I had to as a new coach along the way, like, we're going to see success together. As a new coach, I really just feel like there's this roadmap that's available to you to becoming your best self, learning a little bit about your time management habits. You're going to learn a lot about yourself during this process. This past fall, I had a lot of traumatic events that involved like needing to go to therapy, and it was a lot for me. And 7 years in was like, dang, I thought I already did this work. Like I thought that I already achieved that strong mindset, and I was tested once again. And so just always being humbled by that personal growth journey. And I love being the guide and the leader and the example for people that we're all in this together. And here's the roadmap that I can give you as a new coach. You're going to get transformational results. I mean, feeling good about health and fitness, there's no other like physical high that I would want more. It's just such a good feeling to get those progress results. As a new coach, we're going to give you that push outside your comfort zone. Like sharing on social media is not a fear for me. So sometimes I struggle to relate to people who are afraid to show up and share because I think it's such a gift. But we're here to coach you and to guide you as long as you're willing to kind of show up with us. My motto with my newbies when I'm mentoring them is I will match your effort. So if you're not showing up at all, I'll just assume you're not into it. But if you really want to dive in with me, I'm going to link arm in arm with you. You'll get your fitness and nutrition accountability. You'll get a positive and engaged community and weekly business training video calls. So it's not like you sign up and you're alone. If anything, I probably drive my team crazy because I'm consistently in their ear like, hey, let's do this. Let's do this. So our team has been in the top 1% of Team Beachbody for the last 5+ years. I need to update that. It's probably 6+ years now. So we all come together, we share tips. This is just a small little fraction of all of our leaders that got together, or not leaders, but coaches, that came with us to, where were we? Indianapolis last year. And so this is our big coach event where, what we do is online. So it's nice to see everyone in person, but you just have to remember, like, this is a people business. I could sell makeup and hair stuff and skin stuff if I wanted to, because I'm passionate about that, but I just feel like I'm not making a difference in people's lives. And when I can help people transform from the inside out, there's just that really special family connection, and it's way cooler when you have a team to do it with you. So know that you're joining a massive family of people. The Virtual Wellness Studio has the most inspiring, dedicated, caring, and compassionate people who show up every day. Busy people working out at home is a gift, and I think we can all agree right now that working out at home is certainly a gift. So let's talk briefly about how we earn income as coaches. Again, it is a business, so there's 4 main ways that we earn as coaches. As a newer coach, the majority of your paycheck would be a retail commission. So oh my God, another typo. Most new coaches earn the bulk of their pay in this section, retail commission. So if you sell a Beachbody on demand, you're going to, let's say it's $99 for a year, you're going to earn $40. That's pretty freaking good, right? If you help someone get started with a challenge pack, which is our total solution, which is what we all believe in. It's our products plus our workouts. You get to choose your product. You're going to earn like $50 for helping someone. It's not peanuts. It's not change. Beachbody rewards us well because they too obviously believe in this mission. So I have no problem recommending products to people that have changed my life. The other way that we earn is a team bonus. So as you start to get clients' results, as people start to watch your journey and your life and your perspective change on social media, you're going to encounter really rad freaking people. You're going to meet some really awesome people, whether they're your neighbor, someone new. And as you start to create a team, Team Beachbody has a team bonus, and this is how you earn a percentage. I have to fix it. Earn a percentage from the sales of your entire downline and organization and their performance. So at the end of the day, if my team is not successful in crushing their business, I'm not successful. So it's not like I just get to sit there. People just assume network marketing is like this person at the top just sits there and collects. And it's like, no, I have to work my butt off to help my team live out their mission and to help people. And so that is a huge part of my paycheck this far in. But in the beginning, that's where you're going to get started, is the retail commission. And some of my coaches that are like a year in, 2 years in, they really start to see that the big picture with having even just a small team, like earning the extra $100 a week that from their team and how well their team is performing. That's pretty good. That's like a full car payment, right? We get paid every week, by the way, every Thursday. Also a blessing. So a matching bonus. So then it starts to go like even more levels deeper. So you start off with retail commission and then your team performance. Side note, when I used to work at Verizon, I was a retail sales manager. And so I would earn a percentage of what my sales reps would be selling on the sales floor. Very similar to this compensation plan too. So now let's talk matching bonus. So if I have a coach on my team who's rocking it and they're starting to earn team bonuses because I've helped them grow their team and they're crushing it, Beachbody also rewards me a matching bonus because my team is earning a team bonus. So you earn 5 or 10% on what your personally sponsored coach's team bonus is. So if someone earns $1,000 a week in their team bonus, I'm making $100 because she did that too. Team effort. Okay, takes a lot of years of work to get to a team that's earning that kind of money, but the potential is there, and I think that that's the most important thing I want to share with you. So we also get paid a quarterly bonus, which is for the top coaches in the network the ranks are called 2-star diamond and above, and those quarterly bonuses can be anywhere from $700 to $50,000 a quarter. It's a pretty fat chunk of change. So this is where I get sweaty and I want to like just post this and hide because this took me years of dedication and hard work and unwavering belief and hardships and all the words that I could tell you in the entire dictionary of what it takes to build an online business from scratch. But this is the potential. And I just want to be upfront with you and be honest with you that yes, this potential is here. It's happening on my team for other people. I'm not the only person who's earning income like this. And it's at the end of the day, I want my team to surpass me. That is what lights me up because I'm watching their life change. So the first 6 months as a coach, I was working like 60-hour weeks. I mean, let's be honest. I had 3 part-time jobs. I was coaching. And in 6 months, I made $5,100. If you break that down, guys, like you can't live on that, So did I make some extra change? Sure, it was cool, but it was just the beginning for me. So my first full year as a coach, I worked all in, full-time, still working part-time at my nightclub job. I earned $42,000 that year. And then my big life-changing year was 2015, really working around the clock because my team grew fast. And my favorite thing is leadership and mentoring people. And so the more I poured into my team, obviously I started to see my income grow and the hard work was paying off. So I earned 6 figures that year. It's like makes my heart pitter patter just saying it because that was my vision. That was my number in my head. That was my goal. And I chased it. So in 2016, I really focused on helping my team grow their business. So that was my 3rd full year. Still working, honestly. Like, it's not like you just, I'm 2 years in, I can sit back. Like, I always am diving into this. I earned $150,000 that year. So to kind of fast forward to the point, the total earned this was through August 2019. I haven't crunched the numbers since then. But I think you guys get the point that this is quite the income earning opportunity. And it really, at the end of the day, my mentors have always told me that my income will be a direct reflection of the amount of people that I help, whether it's customers or whether it's coaches. And I'm seeing that ripple effect really happen. So, and I'm not the icky network marketer who's going to come on here and tell you to sign up and make all this money and I'm promising you this. Like, I clearly have our income disclaimer because I don't guarantee you any level of success or income. Like, you're really going to have to work on that diligence and that skill. I think about Shark Tank all the time. Those people bust their butt to get there, and they have literally put blood, sweat, and tears into building their online and in-store businesses. And I really thought of my business as if like I had to show up for Shark Tank. That's really honestly how I see this. But that's just my personal story. You get to make what you want of this, okay? If an extra $100 a week would change your life, guys, I am there. I am committed. I will knock on your door and get you out of bed, not literally, but through my team page to get you out of bed and chase the things that you want to go after. Not only, of course, is the income opportunity a blessing, but there's extra coach perks like discounts. We get 25% off all the products, access to try stuff first if we have new workouts. And I've been able to travel. I've taken probably over 20 trips now with Beachbody at this point. I've taken my mom and dad, I've taken my son, my husband, and then of course you can see that my team gets to earn their trips too. So people always say like, okay, what's the business goal? And it's so simple that I think people overthink it. Our goal is to help 3 to 5 people get started each month with workouts and products. Guys, if you can do that, you will crush this business. I just kind of upped the ante and helped more than 3 to 5 people, but that's how I started. And when you do that, Beachbody actually gives you the chance to earn free tropical vacations by helping 3 to 5 people a month get started for you and a guest. Super cool. And that adventure is a huge part of my branding. I did also want to show you guys like some of my coach income. I know this is a very busy graphic. This is actually a what is coaching all about PDF, but I already shared my income, but like, let's talk about my coach, Candace. So I invited her for a year, the girl with the pink hair here. She said no forever. So, I asked her to add up all of her income. She had been coaching for 5 years, and you can see her total income earned there. I have a coach, Jennifer, who was putting in like a couple hours a week, and she made like an extra $700, an extra $800. I have another coach that was coaching for 2 years on our team, and she's earned $11,000. So you can really see it varies. We have another coach, Britt. She was working actually. She got kicked out of the military because she wasn't healthy and strong enough to pass the test. She started coaching, and then she's gone back and forth between being an EMT part-time and working as a teacher, but she's like all in on coaching. And then, you can see the progression of 2016 to 17 to 18 to 19. Like her first month, she earned $55, which is cool, but again, like it's not gonna pay your mortgage. And so she has the big picture vision. And now she, in April 2019, earned like $3,500. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys what other coaches' incomes look like too, because sometimes mine just looks, I don't know, unrealistic, unattainable to some people, but we all get to choose our path and our journey and what we want to do with this, is what I want to say. So what's next? So I can finally stop blabbing in your ear, and you guys can go think about if this is the right fit for you, or if you have questions, I'm here to help. Get together and chat with your coach about your options and how you can get started. For some of you, you've already purchased a challenge pack and your coach fee is waived to join. For some of you, you need to get started with a challenge pack. For some of you, you need to reorder some products. There's all different ways that you can, get in as a coach, but for some of you, you're already well on your way. So secondly, just ask yourself, like, am I ready and willing to create some new habits and a new mindset to kickstart my new business? Because I entered coaching with a new mindset of this isn't going to be easy. I am going to have to be a little vulnerable and, dive into some new training in the first 30 days of being a new coach. So am I ready and willing is kind of the question I like to ask people. And the last thing is I'll say, yep, it's new and scary. Just learn to embrace that discomfort and remember that the tribe is here to support you. So, we have had so many people join our team, and I think it's so amazing almost 7 years in to see the same faces still showing up with me because they believe in this too. So I hope this was informative and helpful for you, and if anyone has any questions, definitely reach out to your coach and ask. Thanks for coming, guys. I'll see you later. You're so welcome.